them round. Crowd on their feet. Away we go!
Okay, no one tries to make the move. Yes, from on the inside, Domenech locking the wheels.
Oh, a little bit of a lock up there. Beijing already trying to get through one place but can't do it. They stayed right at the back and Liverpool lead. A lock up by Andy Soucek. Oh, it's all going on to turn two. That's the Michelin turn, and they've left a lot of Michelin rubber down there. Liverpool still lead. Galatasaray fighting now. And that's with Anderlecht by the looks of things. Anderlecht putting some pressure for a top 10 position.
And I think Anderlecht just overtook Galatasaray, I think.
Oh, and that was Regan right up the... Oh, and he's got past Flamengo. They've broken down.
I hope they haven't banged wheels, because I saw Flamengo being very slow.
Here's what happened. He basically just pulled out of the way and slowed down dramatically, and Regan had to take avoiding action.
Exactly, yeah, he had to avoid him. You have to be really alert to avoid any contact.
Important pit stop this one for Liverpool, third in the league.
And new tyres for Liverpool. They had one set of new tyres left.
Quick change there. And that is an excellent change by Liverpool. Back with the leader, Atletico.
We could see the car sliding, but I don't think he had any major problems with his tyres, because the Michelin tyres are very consistent.
Atletico carry on. And here comes Beijing. Massive stop for them. They've got to get this right at Beijing. And away they go. That looked clean to me. Here they come. Now, this is the whole race. It could be the championship. Oh, no! Atletico Madrid! What on earth?
And he stole the engine.
He's just blown the whole race and played it completely to Liverpool. That was a complete own goal. Liverpool have not put a foot wrong. They'll come round here, and this will be the last lap coming up.
He has a problem.
That is not the end of the race, and Liverpool have a huge problem. And Milan are catching. Liverpool are in trouble. Here comes Dornbos. Dornbos and Corinthians. Dornbos is going to take victory. Here we go. Liverpool are nowhere. They are stuck in the middle of the track. They've got it going again. It's intermittent by the looks of things. Somehow Liverpool are just hanging on to that lead. Time running out, though, on the last lap. Adrian Baez is out of it. First, second, third. He's gone down to fourth. Dornbos leads. AC Milan lead the race. Dornbos is going on to victory, and this changes everything.
Liverpool is going to finish, so I don't think it's a fuel problem. I think it's an electrical problem.
Cross the line they come, and taking the checkered flag.
AC Milan, Corinthians, Porto.
Amazingly, AC Milan take victory here. And they're still talking on the pit board to Beijing. Now, there is a 30-second time penalty for the infringement by car 14, which of course is Corinthians, which means that Corinthians do not finish second. Beijing are now confirmed as the Super League Formula champions. Regan of Italy has taken Beijing to the first ever Super League title. And confirmation of Beijing's win, 373 points. But the battle is on, as you can see, 3 teams on 317 points. So the runners-up position far from over yet, and it's between Milan, Liverpool and Eindhoven to decide who will be runners-up in this year's first ever Super League Formula. Anderlecht, Roma wanting to go forward as well. So plenty to play for. Tottenham coming up the board as well. They're not far behind in 8th position. Further down, Corinthians, were it not for that penalty, they could have been further up the board than 11th, and they too wanting to save some face, as are Flamengo in 15th position. Now, in terms of the grid, as we've said, the special part of Super League Formula is it's a reverse grid. So the team who won are right at the back. The team who finished early, Galatasaray being that team, and Flamengo are on the front row. Rangers, Ryan Dizelle in 3rd position. Borussia Dortmund, James Walker in 4th. Atletico Madrid, Andy Soucek, who had been leading at one point in race 1, he's down in 5th place. Olympiacos in 6th. Corinthians, Antonio Pizzonia, given that 32nd penalty. Basel alongside them. Baguette and Alain in 9th place. There's the champion, Beijing's Duan David Regan in 10th position. PSV Eindhoven. Now this is where the battle is. Eindhoven, Liverpool together on the grid. chasing Beijing and chasing that runner-up spot. Sevilla, Borja Garcia in 13th place. AS Roma, 14th. Frank Pereira struggling a little bit with the car. Anderlecht in 15th place. Duncan Tappy for Tottenham in 16th place. FC Porto and Tristan Gollandi in 17th place. And right at the back is the freight train, as he describes himself, the Robert Dornbos freight train. AC Milan in 18th position and looking to become runners-up. It's going to be a hard job to do from the back there. Bruce, who's going to be runner-up, do you think?
It's going to be between Liverpool and PSV, I think, because they are starting the best. But today, and we're on Galatasaray now, I think Galatasaray has a good chance of winning because they're starting at the front. They're pretty competitive and have been doing consistent lap times. And around him, he's protected by Rangers, which has not done so well this weekend, and Dortmund, who has no experience of the track because they haven't been running qualifying, and Flamengo, who didn't look very strong this morning. So Galatasaray is protected by some cars around him, and he's pretty fast, so he could do a very good job.
Well, of course, Galatasaray finished best finish of 3rd so far this season. Tuco Rocca, likewise, and Flamengo have yet to have a decent result. Best result for Rangers at 5th place. Ryan Dizelle will like to change that, certainly at the end of the season. He's a true blue fan of Rangers, and he really does want to give his fans something to cheer about. It's not been an easy season for the Scotsman, who raced a lot in America. Another Englishman up next for Dortmund, and they've had all sorts of problems. A massive smash, of course, in Vallelunga left them at 6s and 7s for the start of the weekend, but Borussia Dortmund on the grid with James Walker.
Yes, Borussia, who hasn't had a lot of testing, but James Walker is an experienced driver, and I think he knows the track, so we'll see what he's going to be capable of doing, but it's not going to be easy.
And there is Andy Soucek, and if anybody's got to make up for mistakes, a massive Atletico Madrid fandom here. A lot of fans with big flags for Atletico, and sadly Andy let them down by jumping into the pit. There's the Pepsi Max sponsored Olympiakos. Stamatis Katsimis of Greece and Athens, in fact.
He's going to have to watch in his mirrors.
He certainly is. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of pressure on him, but he did take the pressure last time out in race 1 from Davide Rigon, who started at the back as Olympiakos weren't far off. There's Corinthians. They were knocked down, 32nd penalty, and that knocked them down the order. They would have finished on the podium, so expect Antonio Pizzonia to be one of the guys on the pace again.
Yep.
Max Wiesel had a bit of a spin for Basel in the last race.
So did he have in qualifying. So again, Galatasaray, Madrid and Corinthians starting right up there and surrounded by young drivers. Could do well.
Alain of UAE, Bertrand Baguette. And as you see, Alain not having the best of seasons yet, and hopefully going to finish off on a high. They, of course, started with Andreas Zuber in the cockpit. And there are the champions. Davide Rigon, very modest champion, and this is probably his first major international title.
Yes, it is. I have to say he won the Formula 3000 Italian Championship, which is quite well
it's an
rated.
international championship, but
yes.
It's not a major one.
No, it's not a major one. But no, for sure, this is his biggest title, and very well done to him. He's been very strong.
PSV Eindhoven, of course, looking to become runners-up. They are currently in 2nd place with 317 points. And Jelmer Berman's been struggling somewhat. Didn't have the best of qualifying, so it's not been an easy weekend for them.
No, it's just a question of waiting for him. Alongside him, Liverpool.
And the big story, what happened in race 1? Well, we can tell you it was a fuel pump problem, and that's why it looks slightly intermittent in terms of the problem, and they still got it. They're out there, High-Tech have decided to give it a risk, put Adrian Valles out there. They're not sure whether it'll hold up for the rest of the race, but currently in 3rd position, they've just got to go for it.
Yeah, basically they can't pump out the last 15 liters inside of the car, so they had to fuel the car up to the max, and we'll see if he can make it till the end.
Sevilla's Borja Garcia, huge amount of Sevilla fans here, and of course Sevilla not that far away from here. And they drew 0-0 last night, and they want a result from today in their race car. AS Roma, Frank Pereira. Well, you had lunch with Frank, and he was a little bit disappointed with the way the car was.
Yeah, the car didn't really handle very well with the full fuel on board, and he had problems straight away starting out of the pit lane on his out lap. He could feel the car sliding, so we'll see if he could better that for the second race.
And here's the character of the series. Racing for Anderlecht. He really has warmed to them, Craig Dolby. Melton Mowbray don't have a big football team, so Anderlecht's as good as it could get for him. But Spurs have a massive football team, and Duncan Tappy has the responsibility, the handshake given by his team. And Tappy hoping to tap into some results by the end of this race.
And he did very well so far.